Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, co-host Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, let's start off with Friday night. We had an interesting fight, and it was just one fight. It was a kid that just turned 20 years old. You remember David Benavidez?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
He's now the WBC World Super Middleweight Champion.
Yeah, he's the youngest active champion that there is now. You know, on TV they had mentioned that he was the youngest boxer to become a champion. Well, everybody knows that was a mistake. It was Wilfredo Benitez at 17. Yeah. But he's the youngest world champion we have right now, and hats off to him. I mean, he went in there, he fought well. Mm-hmm. David Benavidez, he's from Phoenix, Arizona, and these are big boys. These aren't little guys. 168 pounds. You know, they're getting into that bigger level. So
very impressive win. I was very impressed with him, and like you said, hats off to him. You know, from Phoenix, Arizona, nice win. Let's get right to it. Last night in Carson, California, on HBO, we had a fight card that everyone was looking forward to. I mean, it had 3 fights that we knew were going to be action-packed. 2 of them were, the third fight was kind of a shock to a lot of people, but not to us.
Yeah, it was a shock. I mean, obviously, we're talking about Chocolatito, okay? And if you remember, Steve, not long ago, he was being touted as the best boxer out there.
Well, he was.
Pound for pound.
He was.
But it's funny how this game works.
Exactly.
It takes one person that has your number, that has the style, that comes in and puts it on you, to change everything. And you know, I don't understand a fighter. You as a fighter have to understand it. And proof was in the pudding when Chocolatito came out. You can see he didn't come out with the face of vengeance, a face of, hey, you know, he came out with a face of cautious. It was cautious in the win. He was beat before he even so. If you as a fighter know that, don't do a rematch. Just go on your merry way. You're going to beat everybody else. You're going to take it. You're going to pick up where you left off. But you know that one guy got your number. You know that one guy. Something happened in that first fight that he remembered, and usually
he got his ass beat. That's what happened.
Well, but if you remember, a lot of folks thought he won that fight.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, I did. I thought he came back and did enough to win the fight, but it was fairly obvious to me at the weigh-ins. You know, when we had the face-offs, and you look and like you see, he said all the right things.
Yeah.
You know, but man, when you saw him in the face-off there, and you kind of look at him, he was like, that boy Rungvisai. He's something else.
But I'm gonna tell you what
he's something else.
And I'm gonna tell you something. What I really like is he's a southpaw.
Yeah.
Okay. And southpaws, for some reason, have a trouble in throwing that hook. Okay.
He can throw that hook.
And I've trained many southpaws. Okay. And the hook has always become a problem. Okay. It's kind of funny because you get a conventional fighter and the left hook is natural. Pop. It's just a natural. It's a natural shot, but not so much in the southpaw. Southpaws tend to have a problem with that because they rely on that power left. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, this hook that he caught Chocolatito, man, it was pretty. I mean, I was rooting for Chocolatito. I wanted to see him come and win, but it wasn't going to happen.
It was obvious. Like I said, to me at the weigh-ins, I was like, And then, you know, you and I had talked about it privately, and you reminded me over the years of how many times when a guy knows he has another guy's number, reminiscent of Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones.
Exactly.
You know, once he knows he's got your number, there's no fear on his part, and that's the way Rungvisai came out. I mean, he came out, man, like, he blasted him in the first round. I was like, this don't look good. No, I really wouldn't. No. Then the second round, he did the same thing.
He just
the third round, it was just like, man, this dude ain't gonna last much longer, and that's the way it was, you know. And like you said, we can't feel sorry for Chocolatito. We got to be happy for Rungvisai because, as he said several times, he was doing that for the people of Thailand. I'm sure they're still partying in Thailand about having their world champion. But man, talk about impressive. I mean, he left nothing for discussion about it at all.
And that's the difference when you come into a fight with the confidence, with the mindset. You know, you're going to have to kill me for me to lose. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the difference when you come in that route, and you look at Chocolatito coming in with almost kind of a hope. You know, I hope this goes my way. And he had said something in the pre-fight interviews, might have been before weigh-ins or something, where he said he hopes God gives him the win or the power to knock this guy out. Well, come on, man. You're asking God to help you knock someone out. It doesn't work that way, okay? Besides, the other guy's asking God for the same thing, okay? So
you know what? On that vein, let me talk a little bit about the co-main event, which was that kid Inu, you know, where he took on Nieves.
Yeah,
right?
from Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's no secret. I don't care for those people, those fighters that like to do all that, go in the corner, come get me.
Fancy.
Inu's got a lot of talent. Man, talk about body work. That boy can dig to the body, no question. But guess what he did last night? He wins that fight. He's the WBC mandatory for Rungvisai. That's the fight that'll happen next. Let's see if he goes and signals him to come on. And
he won't have time to do that.
He'll be on the run.
He won't have time to do that. And that's the same thing I'm saying. I'm with you. You know, there's a time to showboat and there's a time not to. Okay, now when you're dominant and you're like a Roy Jones Jr. or something like that, then there's probably room where you can back it up. Or Muhammad Ali, you know, where you got the mouth and you talk and you shrug them shoulders but you're going to back it up. You're going to make a guy pay for it. Now, if you're not that good, or you can't make a guy pay for it, leave it alone. Okay.
Well, even if you're not that good, the bottom line is that the guy in there with him had no business being there.
Oh, that's true.
That's the biggest problem. You showboat on a guy that you're obviously, you know, on a second tier level above him. It doesn't do any good. But we'll get to see that fight.
Lomachenko?
Hey man, the other fight that we had on the first one that came on was Juan Carlos Estrada, right? And he fought Kudras.
Kudras, yeah.
And Kudras gave Chocolatito, as you remember, hell in their last fight.
Good fight. Yeah.
You know, and this fight, it went pretty much like we thought it would go. Actually, it kind of changed tides. I have to say, I thought Kudras won the fight, but Estrada got it, and Kudras has to blame himself. He won the first part of the fight, ran into a little trouble the second half, and then he got knocked down. Yeah, when he got knocked down, that kind of swayed the judges. I thought it caught him up. In the 12th round, I thought, if whoever wins this fight can pull it out either way, and the judges saw it in the face of Estrada. But Estrada, you know, it was an entertaining fight.
Well, here's the key to that fight, and here's where judges play such an important part in their styles of judging. Okay, because clearly Kudras outpointed Estrada.
I don't think there's any question.
He outpointed him. He was landing more punches. He was making contact, but they weren't power punches. They weren't punches that were going to create any damage. Where Estrada just kind of sat back and landed his one punch at a time, but they were strong, devastating punches. So
yeah, he got outpunched 3-1.
You go to the judges and you know they're giving him a whole lot of credit for them single. Solid, devastating punches, rather than giving Kudras the points by rule, where it doesn't matter if you if you touch, you get a point. So,
and don't forget,
in this fight, it worked against it.
Well, don't forget, in the crowd there obviously was pro Estrada because it got to the point where every time he landed anything, and the judges you saw that they were affected by that. But overall, a good fight card. Rungvisai, man, I'm telling you, impressive. He's going to be tough. The fight between he and Inu, that's going to be a great fight when that comes up. So this is super flyweight action that, we got some guys that are going. We've always known they bring it, and they kept that going last night.
Good. Okay. Good. Well, good. There you go. Let's we got 20 seconds here. Let's talk about, we're going to lead into our next segment with everyone's going to want to watch this because we're going to lead into the next week's fight that's coming up, and that's the fight that everyone wants to see between Triple G and
Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo Alvarez. 10 seconds.
That's going to be a great fight. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Aurelio and I have different opinions on this, which should be good news to all of y'all. I hate when we agree on everything. This one we disagree, so we'll be right back. Refresh your coffee, get a new batch of popcorn, and we'll be right back.
Till then, Steve,
As usual,
keep them hands up.
keep them up, baby.